Hey, what's up, Lorain County High School basketball fans? Welcome back to the season finale of In the Paint. I'm your host, Rocco Nushi. Kristen Bauer behind the camera. As always, we're here live at the Chronicle Telegram, where we have just one team left dancing here in Lorain County. How about those Keystone Lady Wildcats and head coach Rocky Houston? They have punched their ticket to the state Final Four this week in Dayton, as they'll take on Columbus Afrocentric on Thursday in the state semifinal. And it's been a heck of a road by these Keystone Wildcats to get to this point. So let's kind of dive into things here as first and foremost, first trip for Keystone Lady Girls Basketball to get down to the States. So awesome feat there, first and foremost, but they're also the first Lorain County team ever to reach 28 wins. So pretty impressive stuff this season by Keystone. Really remarkable what they've been able to do. And let's go back to a regional final win that they had against Doylestown, Chippewa. And I had the call for this one on WEOL. Jared Kozar and I were there at Stowe Monroe Falls High School for the game. And you know, the first 3 minutes or so, it was all Chippewa. They jumped out to a 9-0 lead. Keystone had called a couple of timeouts, and Jared and I are looking at each other thinking, uh-oh, here we go. Keystone, they're on the ropes. They're in some trouble. But how about this, folks? They outscore Chippewa. Keystone does 25-2 the rest of the half. That included a 25-0 run over the Chips that really helped propel them to victory. And it was that core six at it yet again. Maddie Sokolowski led the way with 12. Jess Forthover had 9, as did Vivian Castle. Helena Houston had 8, and then Brooklyn Barber and Riley Jetterzak each had 6. And a quick note on Brooklyn Barber. She left the game in the third quarter with a knee injury. Not entirely sure if she'll be able to go on Thursday or not. In talking with Coach Houston earlier this week, he wasn't quite sure. I had a chance to see them at practice on Monday earlier this week. So, again, not sure if Brooklyn Barber is going to be able to go on Thursday. So this could very well be a 5-girl rotation for Keystone as they take on the defending Division III champs in Columbus Afrocentric. Before I want to talk about Afrocentric here for a little bit before we go. For Keystone, it seems like they're still not getting the respect they deserve statewide, at least in terms of the Max Preps rankings. As you look at the Division III Max Preps rankings for girls hoops, Keystone sits at 10th, and that's a bit unusual considering there's only 4 teams left playing in the state. So that means 6 teams ahead of them in the rankings aren't even playing anymore. So I don't know, just an interesting note that I discovered earlier this week. I'm sure there's a lot of people in that LaGrange community that would look at that a little sideways as well. So Keystone, hey, they can use that as some bulletin board material, if nothing else, as they get ready for this state Final Four game on Thursday. So taking a look at Big Bad Columbus Afrocentric, the Nubians, as they're called. They got a couple of girls who can really fill up the scoring department. Senior guard Cameron Grant, it kind of all starts with her. She averages just over 16 points per game. They got 2 others in double-digit scoring averages as well, with senior Nataya Nelson and sophomore Janiyah Bowers. Again, another pair of double-digit scorers. So that's 3 girls on Columbus Afrocentric that can average over 10 points per game. Again, Grant up over 16 points per game. So they can hurt you in a number of different ways. And as a team, they score 70 points per game. I know Keystone has taken on some high-powered offenses here in the postseason. You look at teams like Crestview or Warrensville Heights and Chippewa, of course, as well. But this is kind of a whole nother level with Columbus Afrocentric averaging 70 points per game. And I talked with Coach Houston earlier this week. Again, saw him at practice on Monday. He said, yeah, they're going to be probably the toughest team we've seen this year. I'm like, hey, are they better than Warrensville Heights? He said, oh, yeah. So we're going to find out how this one plays out on Thursday. So a quick rundown of what Thursday will look like on WEOL as we bring you a full day of coverage. Well, not quite a full day, but we'll get started. It's a 6 o'clock tip. We'll get started at 5 with a Wildcat Tale, Keystone's Road to Dayton. It's a little package that we're putting together. It's going to have highlights from the LaGrange community, some different folks involved with the girls basketball program. You'll hear highlights from the tournament run so far. So again, that's a Wildcat Tale, Keystone's Road to Dayton, live on WEOL from 5 to 5:30. Then we jump right into the pregame at 5:30. It'll be an extended pregame, of course, with the state Final Four game. Have to do it that way. So pregame will start at 5:30 and then the tip at 6. So all in all, our coverage gets started at 5 o'clock on Thursday on WEOL with the tip live from the University of Dayton at 6 o'clock. It'll be Jared Kozar and myself along with Ron Yance on the call. So looking forward to that one. So that'll pretty much put a bow on things for the Lorain County High School basketball season. Congratulations to all of our local teams on fantastic seasons, and best of luck to Keystone this week and weekend as they get ready for state Final Four action. And thank you, the listeners and the viewers, for watching all season long. So for Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I'm your host, Rocco Nucci, saying one more time, thank you for watching In the Paint. We'll see you guys next time.